My mother-in-law kidnapped my baby in the middle of the night to prove she can parent better than me, and the lack of urgency by my husband is making me want to divorce him. Posted by u/TW5676. I made a throwaway for this because my husband knows my username, and I don't feel like being surrounded by any more drama right now. So, a little backstory. My husband is an only child, and his mom has always been very involved. We got along somewhat, but she always sort of crossed some lines. She has a key to our house for emergency purposes only because she lives 4 blocks away. I had our daughter 4 weeks ago. She has been over at least 3 days every week since I had her. She's always telling me what I'm doing wrong and how she'd do things differently. The baby is up every 2 hours at night, and she insists she'd sleep through the night if she could stay at grandma's. I told her I'm not comfortable sending a breastfed baby away overnight at just 4 weeks. This past week, she kept pushing the issue no matter how many times I said no. Last night, we put the baby in her crib. We stopped room sharing because the baby was so loud I couldn't get any sleep whatsoever, so my husband has been getting her when it's time for her to feed. My husband fell asleep early, and I dozed off. I woke up 4 hours later and started to panic because she hadn't made any noise. I was sure she had died of SIDS. I went into her room, and she was gone. I froze and started screaming her name around the house like she would somehow pop out, as if it were all a joke. My husband woke up in a panic and just screamed, "What's going on?" over and over. I ran to my phone to call 911 and saw a picture message from my mother-in-law of my sleeping baby in her arms with the caption, "Sleepover at Gam Gam's." I was immediately enraged. I screamed so hard I almost vomited. I called her and saw red. I told her I was coming to get the baby and that she would never see her again, and to never contact our family again. My husband decided it was best if he went to get her. When he came back, he said his mother had let herself in to give us a break, that she was sure we'd hear the text, and she thought we would be thanking her for a night's sleep. I do not give a flying F. I hate her. I cannot forgive her for this. My husband thinks I need to calm down, that we just need to get our key back. His lack of urgency about the situation makes me want to divorce him. We have never had any issues before this, but this feels like a deal breaker to me. I already had postpartum anxiety, and now it's through the roof. I don't feel safe in my own home with my family. I hate my mother-in-law. I hate my husband. When I think about what happened, I sob uncontrollably. I can't sleep now that I know I can't protect my baby when I sleep. I can't believe I did not wake up. I feel like the biggest piece of crap mother. If any real danger had come, I would have let my daughter down. Am I overreacting for wanting a divorce or for never wanting to see my mother-in-law again? My husband and mother-in-law think it's my hormones and that I have overreacted. Am I overreacting? I just needed to talk about it with non-involved parties. I have no friends or family for hundreds of miles. Oh, and she also fed her formula while she had her, but that's the least of my worries. It still infuriates me because breastfeeding has been really hard for us. Commenter. I have a 16-month-old, and your story made me sick to my stomach. Here's what I would do. Pack a bag for me and the little one. Go to a trusted family member, friend, shelter, or hotel. Go to the police. Make sure dear husband understands that he either stands by you and your little one, or it's a divorce. She kidnapped your newborn from her crib, when you and he were at your most vulnerable, sleeping at night. If a mother and her infant can no longer feel safe in their own beds, that's the most existential fear you can have. This is sickening. Commenter edit. On the existential fear, deep down, we're still cavemen, driven by a desire to procreate and protect our young. The empty crib embodies the worst fear of a cavewoman coming true. It means the saber-toothed tiger got our baby in the night. The hope for our future, which we created at a huge expense to ourselves and loved, is gone. And of course, what happened with your mother-in-law is not the same as that scenario, but this is the first thing your lizard brain processes the moment you see that empty crib. That feeling is going to stay and may mean you'll never feel secure going to sleep again. This is why it's so important to realize just how serious a breach of trust this is. Update 1 day later. I just wanted to give everyone a quick update. I didn't respond, but I've read every comment, and the support I've received has meant so much to me. I bawled reading them because I finally felt like someone was on my side. I called my mom late last night, and I got a hotel. I refused to tell my husband where I was going but assured him that the baby and I would be safe. My mom is disgusted by what I've been through. She's getting on a plane today to come help me. This entire experience has pushed me to the point where I need therapy, so today my first order of business is getting a therapist set up ASAP. I've decided to be alone for a while, and when I'm ready, I'll go with my husband to see if there's a chance to move past this. Right now, I still don't want to, but I also agree that I'm not in the right place to make life-changing decisions. Either way, I can never move back into that house. I don't know what my plan is beyond the next few days, but I'm just going to take it day by day for now. As for my mother-in-law, I'm going to the police today to find out how to get a restraining order. She and my husband keep saying, but she was safe. She was never in danger. I disagree. My mother-in-law is clearly not mentally capable of caring for a child. Who knows what else she would do because she feels she knows best. Thank you all so much. I can't tell you how much the support from some internet strangers has meant to me. Second update 2 weeks later. I want to thank everyone again who thought about me after my first post. These past 2 weeks have been crazy for me emotionally, but I saw the request for an update and wanted to let everyone know what was going on, even though it's been generally uneventful. I received so many messages and comments filled with support that meant so much to me. Shortly after I wrote that post, my mom arrived to help me get through my anxiety and support me. By the time she got here, I was in a hotel and still had not slept. It had been way too long without sleep, and I think the deprivation was making me feel even crazier. She came and sat with me while I slept, and it was the most helpful thing anyone could have done for me. My husband asked to talk, so I agreed to meet with him. He apologized and said he realized I was right, his mom had severely crossed a line. He admitted it was hard for him to accept that his mom did something so wrong, so in his mind, he was telling himself it wasn't that bad, that if the baby wasn't hurt, then no harm was done. However, he wasn't considering the hurt it caused me and my sense of security. He told me he had changed the locks on the house and would support whatever I wanted to do regarding his mom. He said he was willing to cut off contact for a while but asked that I not press charges. We left it at that for the time being. I told him I'd think about what he said and keep in touch. Shortly after this happened, I received a lot of texts from his family, offering their support and apologizing for what happened. They assured me that no matter what, my baby and I are family and that we have their support. That meant so much to me. Having people finally back me up gave me some peace of mind. A few days after seeing my husband, we met up again. He brought me a letter from his mom. I considered just throwing it out, but I decided to read it. It was a very long-winded apology. She basically said that she feels sick about what she did. She admitted that if someone had done the same thing to her when her husband was young, she would have wanted them to die. She's terrified of losing me as a daughter-in-law and losing her grandchild, but she said she's going to keep her distance. She asked me to reach out if and when I am ready. I still haven't reached out to her, and I don't know if I will. I feel like her letter might be genuine, but I don't think I will ever trust her again for obvious reasons. I feel like she sees it as an easier to ask for forgiveness than permission kind of situation. I'm in a difficult place, trying to decide how to assert my authority as a mother without alienating my child from people who love them. I don't want my forgiveness to seem like weakness and, in the end, put my child in more situations like this. I've been getting help with all of this in therapy, which I've started twice a week. Right now, the general guidance I'm receiving from my therapist is to avoid making any big decisions yet, such as divorce, moving long distances, or cutting people off, so I'm taking things day by day. I make sure my husband sees our child every day. We haven't talked about the state of our marriage yet. I told him that when I'm ready, we will discuss it. He's respected that, and it's made a huge difference in the hope I have for our future. So that's really it. There haven't been any dramatic blow-ups or legal action. There are still a lot of unanswered questions for me, but this time has been filled with self-discovery and support from many unexpected places, and for that, I'm incredibly grateful. Commenter. You absolutely are the strong mama with all the power here. You are lucky that your mother-in-law seems to have recognized her transgression. Moving forward, her acceptance of any, every, and all limitations you place on her interaction with your family will be very telling. Assuming she doesn't try to buck your rules even a tiny bit, and after a long, very long period of time out for pulling her crap in the first place, I would imagine there is a real chance that a fairly normal grandmotherly relationship may be salvageable. But God knows that's some time out, maybe even years. Thank goodness you have had so many family members recognize how utterly wrong your mother-in-law's behavior was and that you have so many allies. I know it must feel like the entire world is untrustworthy right now, but with some time, a lot of love, and patience, you and your baby will be right as rain. Your hubs has a lot of groveling to do. Changing the locks was a great first step. I hope he continues to support you in the future rather than bury his head in the sand. It does sound like he is willing to work to get past this. God knows, if anyone ever so much as tried to think about stealing my baby from me, there would be so much hell to pay. My girls are mine, and I will protect them from all comers. My anger spikes hard just trying to empathize with you about the moment you could not find your child. Best wishes and good luck. It sounds like you are doing what you need to do, and that is perfect, and all you can do.